I was genuinely hoping to take a break from drama content for a little while on this channel. However, my name is about to get dragged through the mud, so today I will be preemptively defending myself. Saintontas just recently finished a livestream where he attempted to rationalize his dislike-bombed video covering the Zenless Zone 2.5 broadcast as another case of toxic positivity and mass brigading. Whether or not you think his takes warranted the split like to dislike ratio is not my concern right now. My concern is Saintontas spreading misinformation in regards to the situation that involved me and Average Luck Gamer with our videos discussing rerun banners in ZZZ. I have the recording for you here today and will be pausing to make corrections. Hopefully before Saintontas' editors can successfully spread a false message and get the word out first. So let's begin.
All the non-shill ZZZCCs quit. CC should be 100% honest with the audience. You can't be honest if you're a ZZZCC, you would have no audience. ALG is probably the one that's the most open about his feelings. And do you want to know how much shit he got for releasing this video? Bro got gang reacted on by the entire ZZZ community for releasing this. Because he dared to say that there's power creep in the video. Because why else would rerun banners not be good to pull on? Because there's fucking power creep, bro. Everyone knows that's the reason. Rerun banners aren't worth pulling because they make the newer characters way better than the old ones. Why do you think Ching-Yi is on the screen? Because she's a piece of shit. She's fucking useless compared to Dialin. I don't even need to watch the video. I know that's what it's about. Opinions like this are deemed controversial in the space. Imagine when there's rampant power creep to the degree of Dialin, making a video saying there's power creep gets you gang reacted on by the entire community. Show the dislike ratio? Would you look at that? It's pretty negative. This is what I mean. What an absolute fucking headache. ALG got ganged up for this? Yes, he did. He did. He got chain reacted on. Like they were basically they fucking stunned him and then did a chain attack move. I think it was like fucking what's his name? I think Arikado got in on it. Loki Gacha got in on it. Yeah, they were doing like a chain attack. I think like Rezi was the Bang Boo or something. They all decided to like gang up on him and like react to his vid because he dared say there was power creep in the game. When the example is using is Dialin and fucking Ching-Yi. What a pathetic community of pathetic CCs. And I'm not talking about ALG here. I'm talking about the people trying to bury him for just stating the truth about the game. Pathetic CCs in a pathetic community. I don't even know what to say. It's so pathetic that an opinion like this, that's just fact, it's just fact, gets questioned this much.
You don't have to watch ALG's video, but maybe you should fact check who you claim to have attacked ALG and verify if it was actually an attack before you start saying such defamatory statements. To start off with, Loki Gacha and Rezi did not cover the Average Luck Gamer video on rerun banners. As a matter of fact, nobody else within the ZZZ creator space that I am aware of, or even a handful of Saintontas drama farmers like Dijin King, covered the ALG video. And no, that EO video in his recent upload history has nothing to do with the ALG rerun video. The only other person whom covered it was Fox Soul, who only briefly mentioned ALG and me for the first couple minutes to contextualize why he's talking about it, then proceeds to give his own takes on rerun banners for ZZZ players, completely absent of discussing ALG himself.
Pretty much we've watched Average Luck Gamer's video a couple of, I don't know, when it first came out a couple of days ago, about pretty much about the idea that reruns are a trap, that only certain specific units are worth, pulling on reruns for different accounts and such. And while the video, I did agree with for a few different points here or there, several different points. In general, though, I did kind of disagree with it, but we let it be because, it wasn't something that I really feel like it necessarily needed to make a video on. But just recently, and the reason why I'm making this video is that I will showcase really quickly right here. There is our friend Arikado that recently posted up 2 videos in response to Average Luck Gamer, talk about reruns, the F2P fertility, speedrunning power to creep, which we watched this original video first, and then we watched the second one, which is the response video to Average Luck Gamer. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really know that there was any kind of slight beef or whatever that came from the first video, but apparently ALG and Arikado had a conversation on the live stream, discussed things out, handled it like 2 grown-ass adults, let me put it that way to you. and kind of showcase, from previous beefs with, Joshua and Aricado, that this is how two content creators should be approaching one another.
This is not a case of some ZZZ hive mind descending upon a single creator. This is a matter between two individuals, myself and Average Luck Gamer. So with that context in place, Saintontas, you are directly targeting me right now, not the wider ZZZ community or several ZZZ creators. So with that said, do I have the pull and influence in my audience to mass dislike a video on my behalf despite me never telling them to do so? I highly doubt it. I cannot recall a time where I've asked my audience for video likes or subscriptions, at least from memory. So to suggest I can coordinate a mass brigade is a massive reach from where I'm sitting. I don't even have my own public Discord server to do such a thing. I just float between multiple Discord servers of other CCs, and if you suggest that I can always just message within those servers to coordinate an attack, I'll have you know that I rarely send messages in other Discords. And unironically, the most messages I've ever sent in a Gacha Discord server would actually be the Saintontas official server, despite me having left that server back in June this year. Yet despite that, I have 1,297 total results when you search my name when compared to the two runner-ups of Fox Soul's server with 141 results and Maggie with, wait for it, 10 results. I like playing Stella Sora, don't judge me, it's a fun game. If I were to guess why the dislike ratio is higher than the average of an ALG video of this level of success, it's probably because of your typical social media dumpster fires of waifu over meta debates, which is not exclusive to Zenless Zone Zero, and is something every gacha game will have to deal with throughout their life cycles. Either that or because ALG suggested Evelyn is not worth pulling on a rerun. So then, why did I make the video covering Average Luck Gamer's take on rerun banners, which itself was a discussion on why free-to-play and low-spender players in ZZZ should not pull for reruns. The intent of my video was to lay out a handful of situations such as bad pulling RNG, bad drive disk RNG, and unforeseen meta shifts as reasons why playing the meta in any gacha game without spending money is an uphill battle that is not worth pursuing. It was not an attack of ALG's character, as I even mentioned what I agreed with him about at the start of the video, and prefaced how much I appreciated ALG's content in the ZZC space at the back end of the video. First off, there are several things that ALG is correct about. Older characters cannot perform at the same level as newer characters, either from lower numbers, less functionality, endgame countermeasures, etc. A rerun character and a new character cost the same amount to pull for despite the aforementioned difference in value to an account. And if you are a free-to-play or low spender considering meta picks, you can't afford to pull on older agents. That last point is very important and will be the very foundation for which my response is going to be built off of. So let's just cut to the chase. If you're a low spender, or god forbid a free-to-play player, you're not going to have a good time constantly chasing the meta in any gacha game whatsoever, Zenless Zone Zero included. You will make a mistake at one point or another with the pull investments on your account, because, well, everyone has before at one point or another. Don't get me wrong here, I like Average Luck Gamer and have a great deal of respect for him for his ability to constructively and composedly represent the ZCC community. That's not to say that I'm 100% free of any fault of what occurred in the video. ALG himself agreed with me for the first 2/3 of his reaction, but it was the last third of the video where things started to fall apart. At the end of the video, I attempted to present a possible future where, should ZCC's community mass adopt a culture of pulling for only the latest and greatest, it would signal to the ZCC team and Hoyoverse that players are only interested in powerful agents and would perpetuate the cycle of power creep problems. But due to my choice of words when referring to ALG, there was a huge misunderstanding and he believed I was blaming him for why ZCC had a power creep problem. Saintontas, you should know by now that I love to yap, even if my big mouth gets me in unnecessary heat with other people. This being one of those times. However, I was in Average Luck Gamer's chat at the time, and we immediately had a conversation live to patch things up and to simply agree to disagree on how to approach the situation. ALG believes that low rerun revenue would signal to Hoyoverse to fix neglected characters to bolster the sales back up, while I believe that low rerun revenue would incentivize Hoyoverse to bet it all on black. and that players who want to pull for rerun agents should do so to show Hoyoverse that there is still a sizable enough demand for these older agents, meta or not. And quite frankly, ALG cooked me in that live chat. I came in unprepared, didn't even apologize to him live, and for some fucking reason displaced accountability for my actions on the Fox Souls community, which is one of the reasons why I made the follow-up to that video in the first place, as while I still stand by everything I said in principle, I definitely could have done a better job.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think you should stream. Yeah, I think you should stream, bro. Yeah, I feel like you got the sense of humor. I feel like that was like an ad-lib that you did for fun while recording. Yeah, I feel like you should stream, to be honest. I feel like you'd enjoy that. I can't articulate it in a live space. Hey, I'm gonna be real. Yeah, your sense of humor is pretty good, though.
Things were so much easier back then. Let's continue.
I wanted to give, just as a bit of an extra, I wanted to give some specifics on this video by ALG over here, right? It's clear from even like the preview, when you mouse over the video, the topics around rampant power creep in the game. You can see Ching-Yi in the background, and Ching-Yi is just another character that Dialin completely fucking buried by being so broken. And what I decided to do was, hey, why don't we go ahead and actually look at the reception of this video? And you can see the reception is mixed. There's a very heavy negative response.
This is nowhere close to a mixed or a heavily negative response, even with the margin of error that is the dislike ratio plugin.
And do you all know what else I also know about this video?
Reruns.
It got chain reacted on by ZZZ's community. You had creators going ahead and trying to bury this take that ZZZ has a lot of power creep right after the release of Dialin.
It was just me, and I was not trying to deny power creep. I even mentioned Dialin's power creep myself in a previous video.
You had CC's chain reacting to this, creating drama over literal facts that are present about this game's state.
I did not cover ALG for drama, and diffused it immediately to prevent drama, and I've repeatedly brought attention to problems with ZZZ before and after coming back to content creation.
That's the level of struggle it is being a CC in the Zenless Zone Zero community. You literally have to deal with some of the most pathetic actual community members, on top of that, some of the most pathetic CCs who aren't actually looking to discuss the game, but just pander to a retarded audience that can only believe the game is good. That is what a good number of actual ZZZ CCs are on the platform to do. It's just pander and lie and just say the game is amazing. And when somebody decides to call it out and just state the facts as they are, like how ALG is saying reruns in this fucking game are terrible because of how much power creep there is, that's enough of an opinion. Sorry, a factual statement to suddenly have members of the community trying to cancel your take. Pathetic CCs in a pathetic community. And I'm not referring to ALG over here. I'm referring to the fact that ALG got attacked for making this fucking vid. Good Lord. What a struggle. What a struggle.
I had originally planned to script something here that would make for a compelling send-off, but it's almost 1 in the morning as I write this, and the holiday season is running me ragged already. I've shown the footage, I've said my piece, I've provided my evidence. Make of it as you will. As for you, Saintontas, just take the L and get over it.